Hello Celtic fans. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most exciting transfer rumours ahead of the January window. Celtic make decision on player transfer. Evan Ferguson is a name that has been talked about in football for some time now. The Irish striker rose to prominence with a mix of incredible physicality, razor-sharp finishing skills, and tactical nous well beyond his years. At one point, he was considered a £100 million prospect destined to dominate the Premier League. But, as with many young talents, things haven't always gone to plan. In recent seasons, Ferguson's career has slowed down, and it now appears that Brighton are open to the idea of letting him gain more regular first-team football elsewhere. The notion of Celtic stepping in to provide that opportunity is fascinating. First, let's consider the player himself. Ferguson is only 19, but he has already shown flashes of brilliance in the Premier League. Standing at over 6 feet 3 inches tall, he offers a commanding presence in the box, coupled with the technical ability to link play effectively. His goal-scoring instincts have earned him comparisons with some of the league's best strikers, and his potential remains undeniable. For Celtic, the prospect of adding a player of Ferguson's calibre on loan is an appealing one. The Hoops are always looking for ways to strengthen their squad, and a talent like Ferguson could add a new dimension to the team's attacking options. Imagine him combining with Kyogo Furuhashi or Lille Abada in the final third, providing even more firepower to an already potent front line. But it's not just about what Ferguson can bring to Celtic. It's also about what Celtic can offer him. A move to Parkhead could be just what Ferguson needs at this stage of his career. Playing in front of Celtic's passionate fans, competing in domestic and European competitions and working with a manager renowned for developing young talent could help him rediscover his best form. Of course, there are challenges to consider. For one, Brighton's terms for a loan deal are likely to be crucial. Would they insist on a buyback clause or other conditions that could complicate the deal for Celtic? What about the financial aspect? While a loan deal may seem straightforward on the surface, there are always hidden costs and considerations that need to be weighed up. Then there is the question of squad dynamics. Celtic already have a strong group of attackers, including Kyogo, who has been in sensational form this season. Would bringing in Ferguson upset the balance of the squad? Or could his arrival create a healthy competition that would push everyone to perform at an even higher level? Looking at the wider context, this potential move could signal Celtic's ambitions for the January window. The club has always prided itself on finding and developing talent, and a successful loan move for Ferguson could further enhance Celtic's reputation as a breeding ground for top players. At the same time, it could serve as a statement of intent that Celtic are not just content with dominating domestically, but are serious about making their mark in Europe. Now, let's consider the long term. If this deal were to happen, what kind of impact could Ferguson have in the short term? With the January window often seen as a difficult time to make significant signings, signing a player like Ferguson could be a game-changer. He could provide an immediate boost to the team's attacking options, especially during a period when squad depth is often tested. There's also the long-term view. While it's likely to be a loan deal, it's worth considering whether Celtic could negotiate a way to make the move permanent. Ferguson's potential is sky-high, and having him at the club beyond the current season would undoubtedly be a major coup. Finally, let's talk about the fans. Celtic's fans are some of the most passionate and knowledgeable in the world, and there's no doubt that they would welcome Ferguson with open arms. The prospect of seeing a player of his potential pull on the famous green and white kit is enough to get anyone excited. As we wait for more concrete developments, one thing is clear: the January transfer window is shaping up to be an intriguing one for Celtic. Whether or not the club are able to secure Ferguson's services, the mere fact that his name is being linked with Celtic Park speaks volumes about the club's ambitions. This story is still unfolding, and we'll be here to bring you all the latest updates as they happen. So what do you think, Hoops fans? Is Evan Ferguson the kind of player Celtic need?